What you're about to watch is my full presentation at PMU World Live 2024, the world's largest industry event with over 1,000 beauty pros in attendance. In this session, I reveal my million-dollar lessons and frameworks, everything that I have learned working with artists and beauty pros worldwide, helping them scale to 6, multiple 6, and even 7 figures. You're gonna see exactly why so many artists fail and stay stuck in the rat race, and how select few are able to take these frameworks and scale to the next levels of their business. So without further ado, take a lot of notes, enjoy. The audience absolutely loves it, and I have no doubt that you're going to get a ton of value that you can implement into your business by the end of this video. So with that said, enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Don himself, Danny Trent!
All right. Woo-woo. Testing. All right, thank you so much for the love. Just to add on to that story, just so you guys know it wasn't fake, this is on the list of top dumbest things I've done. I actually did get a tattoo of his company on my ankle. Like, this is a legitimate story.
Hooray!
So, last presentation of the day. How's everyone feeling? Okay. You guys got energy for one more? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna give it my all on this one. Started losing my voice like 2 days ago, but we're going to make this happen. If you had a great past 3 days, make some noise. Amazing. If you guys wanna come back for 2025, make some noise. Thank God you guys cheered. It would have been very embarrassing if no one did. So, before we dive into everything, I wanna give some thanks. Please, can we give it up for all of the amazing speakers we've had over the past 4 days? Okay. Can we also give it up for all of the amazing sponsors, brands, and exhibitors who are part of the show this year? Anyone max out their credit cards already from all the products? Okay, and last but not least, please give it up for yourselves for making the trek out to Florida in this crazy hurricane, okay? So, I know this is the last presentation. Let's get some energy in here. I love reciprocative, is that a word? Crowds. Before I do, I have a couple of questions for you. Are you ready to level up your game today? Yes or yes? Are you ready for real, no BS talk and tough love today? Yes or yes? Love it. And are you ready to make some serious breakthroughs to make some stupid money in 2025? Yes or yes? All right, love it. So, my goal today, I'm gonna help you figure out why you're stuck in your business. I'm also gonna give you some strategies to help you get unstuck. I'm also gonna challenge your thinking to transform your mindset and business for 2025. Does that sound good? Okay. So, by show of hands, who's ready to learn the secret sauce? Okay, only half of you guys. Who's ready to learn the secret sauce? Raise your hand. There we go. Hard truth, there's no secret sauce. Everyone is trying to chase the next big trend, like Tina was saying. And business in itself, it isn't complicated or difficult. Like, I want to preface with this. It's actually quite simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. But because it's so simple, that's what makes it difficult. Does that make sense? Okay. Because most people avoid the work that needs to get done. I want to preface the entire presentation with one of my favorite quotes in the entire world. The magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. Okay. Who knows what they have to do? They're just avoiding and procrastinating. Okay. So, hi, I'm Danny. Over the years, we have built 3 multi-million-dollar businesses, and all in wildly different areas. And one of our main businesses, High Stoke, we help beauty business owners all over the world. We help them reach 6 and 7 figures with hundreds of success stories. And the crazy thing is, we started with one single client in PMU. This was in 2018. This is our client, Kathy, in CC Cosmetics out in San Jose, California. Do we have anyone in the Bay Area here, by any chance? Oh, wow. Yeah. Hey, what's up? You guys made the trek, okay? Started with one client in 2018, and since then, we have served over 1,300 clients in 7 countries. So, thank you so much. So it's been quite a crazy journey. And over the years, we've also spent quite a bit of money. We spent $7 million in advertising and generated over $30 million in revenue. We have a lot of high-stoke clients here. And if you are a client, past client, you've worked with us in some way, shape, or form, can you guys just raise your hand very quickly? Hey, woo woo, it's a party. Cool. And I'll be real, the past 7 years, it has been an absolute shit show. Okay. Welcome to being a business owner. And the number one reason why we're able to succeed with so many different businesses out there is that we have found success in a lot of other industries, okay? And so I've jam-packed some of the most crucial learning lessons over the years into this presentation. Can you guys give me 1 hour of high energy, your time and attention? You guys do that? Okay. So these are the 10 biggest $1 million lessons that I've learned that you can apply directly into your business and actually make money before this event's even over, okay? If you're ready, say ready. Ready. Okay. Virtual, if you're ready, type in the comments. Ready. Okay. Part one of this presentation. I do this in every single presentation that I do. So if you heard me speak before, hang tight here. But we want to identify what level that you're at, because at every level, there's a different problem, there's a different solution. So I just want to get a good feel of the room. So if you've been to our booth, this is what you're basically seeing, but let's get a good feel of the room. If you're at level 0, you just got certified, no current clients, starting with no clients, you're not really sure where to start, you're starting from ground zero, not making any money at all, please raise your hand. Okay, great, welcome. If you are level 1, you recently got certified, you're renting a location or suite, you've had some practice with models, you have less than 20 portfolio pieces, your social media is new, you're making roughly $1,000 to $2,000 per month, please raise your hand. Okay. Level 2, you have your own location or suite, you make 10 to 12 clients per month. Portfolio is getting up there, reviews. You're making $3,000 to $5,000 per month. If that sounds like you, please raise your hand. All right. Level 3, you have your own location or suite. You have 20 to 30 clients per month. You have a secondary service. You have 50 or so 5-star reviews. You have above average quality work. You're making $6,000 to $10,000 per month. Please raise your hand if that's you. All right, congratulations. You have level 4. You have your own brand location, you have 1 or 3 team members, you have a couple of clients every single day, you offer courses and trainings now, you're pretty recognizable in your city, you're making $11,000 to $30,000 a month. If that sounds like you, please raise your hand. Wow, you guys got money. And then if you're level 5, you're booked out for the whole year, you have a full team of artists, you have courses and trainings, you have other services, you have product lines, you have master quality work, you're making between $30,000 to $100,000 a month. If that sounds like you, please raise your hand. Wow, give it up for those people. AV, can I get my slides a little bit bigger on the monitor, please? It's like a tiny corner, and I don't want to keep on looking back. Thank you so much. And then if you are level 6, you're making over $100,000 a month, please raise your hand. Going once, going twice. Wow, you got money. Give it up. We gotta talk. Okay, so the reason why I bring that up is because growth happens in different stages, right? The strategies that take you from level 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, it's completely different. And so this is the typical PMU artist strategy roadmap. You know, you take a training because you were sold on how easy it is to grow the business. You're doing flyers, word of mouth, discounting services. You're begging your friends and family for referrals. You're boosting posts, running super simple ads. You're hiring very inexperienced marketing pros or gurus. You're posting every day on social media. You're dancing to trending audio. You're joining Facebook groups, messaging everybody. The hoping and praying strategy, like, I think somebody's gonna come in today. If that sounds like you and what you're doing right now, please raise your hand. Okay, that's okay. That in itself isn't the wrong thing to do, but I wanna highlight that at a very high level, the biggest mistake is that you're doing what everybody else is doing. And in that sense, how can you stand out? You're also taking advice from an artist in a completely different location. Just because an artist was able to succeed in, let's say, Miami, you can't really take those same exact strategies and apply it to Austin, Texas, or Los Angeles. Make sense? You're also using strategies designed for different levels. So if you're a beginner, you can't really utilize stuff that's more intermediate or advanced. And you're also utilizing outdated marketing tactics. Like, I think it's kind of crazy how it's already 2025. Like, we're more than halfway throughout the year, and it's not 2023 anymore, okay? You're also following free advice from everybody. So the blind leading the blind, And then we have something called the bad syndrome, okay? Who feels like they have so much to do, they're so busy, and by the end of the day, you feel like you got so much done, but when you look at the day, you actually did nothing at all? Yeah? Okay, it's a matter of priorities and focus, okay? And then you're not adapting to current times. So old success does not equal new success. This is more, if you've been in the industry for like 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, one of the biggest things that I want to advise you on is, times are changing, times are innovating, and we have to roll with the times, and I'm gonna explain what that means. The hard truth is, what works back then isn't working now. And what's working now isn't going to work next year. I heard some groans. The market is changing, the industry is moving, plus we are in a recession, right? But that does not mean you still cannot attract new clients and grow your business. Beauty will never go out of style. I was actually talking to Tina about this, but I'm like, people will always have money to make themselves look and feel good. Would you guys agree? Yes. Like, that's why some businesses during COVID had the most profitable months. What this does mean, however, is that your marketing and business strategies have to change. So I just want you to think about your own spending habits recently. You might be more conservative, right? You might be numb to seeing the same ads again and again. You might have to do a lot more research beforehand. You're probably a lot more skeptical. You have to see things a lot more times before you're ready to buy. And the things that might have worked back then doesn't work anymore on you, right? All of that to say, I know that was a lot of negatives. This presentation will help address a lot of those problems for you, okay? So we're gonna dive into these $1 million lessons. We call these MDLs. Everybody say MDLs. MDLs. Amazing. Rule number 1. I just want you guys to be honest with yourself and open-minded. And number 2, take notes. Does everyone have a pen and paper? Okay. Do you guys like those pens, by the way? Little balls on them. We had diamonds last year, and then people were like stealing them. It was crazy. So we're like, we gotta go look. Okay? And I can guarantee you apply a minimum of 2 or 3 MDLs, you'll make a ton of money. Okay? You ready? One more time. Say ready. Ready. Beautiful. Okay, MDLs. Number 1, stop chasing hacks. Goals over trends. Exactly what we were just talking about with Tina. I want to share a quick story. People were like, well, Danny, how did you get into all of this? I started my journey in Silicon Valley. My tech startup days were doing financial technology. I just realized a very similar background to Tina. It's crazy. So very high-tech startups, and in Silicon Valley, everybody was chasing the next trend or the next big idea. Do you guys remember that period where I want to build the next Facebook. I want to build the next app. I want to build the next product. I want you to guess, scream it out, what the failure rate for startups were. I heard 80, 80, 80. It's 90%, okay? That's crazy. That means for every 10 businesses that start, 9 fail, and then out of the next chunk, a huge percentage of that fails too. And my company was doing the same thing. We were chasing the next big trend, we're doing this, we're doing that. And it's like, oh my God, the market's moving, we gotta do that, we gotta do that. So much so that the lead investor at that time pulled out the night before the funding was supposed to wire into the company's bank account. We get terminated within a day's notice. Whole company just folds over. So it was October 30th, 2017. I get the email, I get terminated the next day. Insane, right? All of that to say, chasing trends and whatnot are never good ideas. And so, who is this? Oh my God, did you see that new feature on Instagram? What's the best hashtag to use? I have to hop on that trending audio ASAP. I need to buy the latest thing that everyone's talking about. Oh my God, my competitors are doing this. I need to do the same. I need to redesign my site to match the current trend. What's the new algorithm update? Oh my God, everyone's using ChatGPT. Are you guys ever asking yourself those questions or saying that? So I just want to highlight the importance of long-term goals over short-term trends, okay? So while trends can bring short-term attention, they fade quickly. And then you always have to chase the next thing to be relevant versus building a really solid foundation that brings you long-term success. Does that make sense for a lot of you? Okay. Chasing times, just like Tina was saying, they're time distractions versus focusing on things that bring you sales and more money into your bank account. One of my really early mentors, drilled this into my brain very early on. Whatever task that you're doing, simply ask yourself, is this getting me closer to a sale and bringing more clients? And if the answer is yes, you double down and keep going. And if the answer is no, you stop and you ask yourself, what will? So like 99.9% of the things that you're probably doing on a daily basis is not contributing to you making more money. Does that make sense? Okay. The next thing, are you asking yourself the right questions? Right question. What can I do today to book 10 paying clients in the next hour? Wrong question. What type of content or trending audio will get me the most views and likes? You get these questions all the time, right? Right question. What can I do to reactivate all of my old clients to come back in for a secondary service by the end of this week? Wrong question. Is my website pretty enough? Should I redesign it? How about I go on Canva and redo all of my business cards because I think making it from pink to blue will get me more clients? Okay? All right. MDO number 2. Marketing is your life support, the thing that keeps your business alive. Who is spending money on marketing right now on ads? Please raise your hand. Okay, amazing. This is a lot more than last year. I think last year was like 5% of the room. It was crazy. So, I just want to mention that marketing is going to be the most important thing in your business, yet, why is it the first thing that most people cut? Okay, I'm gonna call out a couple of people here. Like, it's literally the most important thing in your business, yet it is the very first thing that most people cut. I had a comment with a client, and it's like, hey, Danny, times are hard right now. My books are really empty, so I need to stop spending money on marketing. Has anyone ever said this to themselves? Yeah? So I said, wait, so you're telling me because you don't have any clients right now, you want to stop the very thing that's actually bringing you more clients? Like, I'm like, wait, let me get this straight. Because you don't have any clients right now, you want to stop the very thing that's bringing you new clients, okay? And I want to highlight that marketing is not an expense. Like, it is a mandatory investment that keeps your business going, and during tough times, it'll be the only thing that will help your business survive, okay? If you're dying, to drive this point home, and life support's the only thing keeping you alive, are you gonna have them pull the plug because it's too expensive? Will you? No, right? So, I also want to say, this funny picture. Who put this? Someone from my team put this picture on. I don't remember this. Don't cheap out on your marketing, right? Let's say, bang, you get shot. You're bleeding, you're dying, you're losing blood every second, and someone says, hey, I can come up to you and fix you right now so you can survive. You say, nah, it's okay, I'll figure it out myself. Would you go to a discount heart surgeon or a dollar store hospital? And that's how most people are treating their businesses with marketing. Who's the cheapest I can hire? Who's the cheapest I can find? Let me just spend $2 on ads today, right? Marketing should be the very last thing you ever stop spending your money on or cheap out on. And in 2025, I want to highlight that it's very different. Like, you need to spend money to make money. It is a pay-to-play world, and if you are not running ads, you will eventually drown out, okay? So that means you need to run ads. It's like, yeah, like you can wait for people to come to you, but why not pay to put your services in front of people who didn't even know you existed yet, right? We have one of our clients who sent me this. I don't want to call her out, but she just sent me this like 2 days before the event. Like, literally the best decision I made was boosting my ad spend at $2,000 and $60,000. I'm right here. Hi, Mona. Everybody say hi, Mona. Cool. Spend money to make money. Okay, we got that out of the way. We're gonna get to some good stuff now. That was just the preface, okay? Write this down. MDO number 3, the game is 20% marketing and 80% sales. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah? Oh, I tried marketing, it doesn't work. Oh, I ran ads before, but I didn't get clients from it. Who's ever said this before? Raise your hand. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a hard truth. Marketing and ads don't work ever only because of 2 reasons. There's only 2 reasons why your marketing doesn't work. Number 1, you don't have a great offer, and I'm gonna explain what that means in a second here. And number 2, you don't have a sales process, okay? Saying marketing and ads don't work is like saying permanent makeup doesn't work. I mean, there's good permanent makeup and there's bad permanent makeup, right? Or going to the gym doesn't work. So here's gonna be the flow of taking somebody who is a complete stranger into a paying client of yours, okay? Number one, yeah, you guys can take pictures and then we'll share the slides too. I know we go through the slides quite fast here. Number one, have a great offer. Do people actually want what you have? I'm gonna explain this a little bit deeper in a second, but are you priced right? Is the quality of your work actually good, okay? And number two, marketing. That's how you attract new clients. Only once you have a great offer, you can then use ads to attract new people. So let me just paint the picture a little bit. Has anybody ever like run ads before and then you just got a ton of like leads and then no one actually bought from you? Raise your hand. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna explain why. You're running ads. You gonna have a great offer or you gonna have a bad offer? I want everybody in this room to think of their ads and marketing right now as an amplifier. It's not good or bad, okay? But if you have a bad offer and if nobody wants your stuff, you're not gonna make a lot of money. If you have a great offer, you're gonna make a lot of money. It just amplifies what you have. Does that make sense? Okay. It's like, why do some people like, okay, I have a great idea. I'm gonna launch a t-shirt company. And it's like the world's worst design. They run a bunch of ads, they don't sell. They're like, oh, marketing doesn't work. Does marketing doesn't work or is like nobody just want your stuff, right? So, then you get to sales. Once you attract people, you actually need to close the deal, okay? And then, convert into a paying client. You close the deal, you get them to come back over and over. So let me explain a lot of this in a much deeper level, okay? Again, your ads are not working because you're missing these two components, one or two. That's the only reason why. Common mistake number 0, not pricing your services what you're worth, okay? I might ruffle some feathers here. You might be too high or you might be too low, okay? What we like to do is we use supply and demand to determine your prices. It's not, oh, my trainer said I should be charging this, or no, I think I need to charge what I'm worth. Like, you literally use supply and demand. If you are consistently booked out, you should increase your prices, right? But if you're struggling to get new clients even with marketing, that's a really good indicator that your prices are too high in relation to the quality of your actual service. Does that make sense? Okay. I know what I'm worth, so I need to charge X. It's very subjective. And just because you used to charge X doesn't mean that people are willing to pay you X anymore. Okay? And that's a hard truth. Every area is different. Let the market speak for themselves. Okay? Next common mistake. Only focusing on marketing and ads. So maybe you hire a marketer and you run ads and you neglect everything else. You can have the best marketing that attracts everyone to your business, but without a good sales process, you're not gonna get any bookings, okay? This is, as you know, like Highstoke, we are a marketing company, and one of the biggest red flags is, hey, Danny, I've tried 10 different marketing companies and none of them worked. Marketing doesn't work for me. You guys ready for this analogy? Hey, I've tried 10 different personal trainers and signed up for 7 different gyms. None of them helped me get in shape. What's the problem here? What's the problem here? Right? So it's like, let's say somebody decided to go crazy, like, I want to charge $1,400 for my service. I hired this marketing company, they ran ads, it didn't work, so I'm gonna try the same thing and amplify the problem again. So again, does that make sense? Marketing just amplifies what it is. So if you have something that nobody wants, you're just spreading the word out that you have a bad product. But if it's something that people do want, you're obviously gonna make a lot of money. Common mistake number 2. Only focusing on branding, social media, and content, so you're only relying on organic word of mouth and referrals, okay? Word of mouth and referrals are great, but they eventually dry up. Plus, you need to have 2 separate strategies to close your hot leads versus your cold leads. So we have a ton of people who are like, well, Danny, like, I never had to do this before with my referrals. Well, yeah, like, that's obviously true, right? For any referrals, it's so easy for them to come to you. They already know you and trust you, and the process to get them to pay you money is so much higher, it's so much better, versus somebody who's completely cold, okay? Common mistake number 3. Not having a clear sales process and expecting everyone to just book with you automatically. Oh, I just sent them a website, but they never booked. In a perfect world, people with money would just go onto your website and book without asking any questions, right? But guess what? It's a tough world out there. You gotta put in the work if you wanna survive in 2025. Does anyone ever feel like this? But I don't want to be a salesperson. I just want to be an artist. I feel like that's 90% of the room. You don't have to lie. Okay? Tough shit. You're a business owner now. Okay? In today's day and age, I want to highlight that people are very lazy. The fact that I can pull up my phone, click on an app, get a burrito bowl, pay an extra $2.99 for guacamole, an extra $2.99 to expedite that order to my house in 15 minutes, like, that's mind-blowing, right? Like, I can go on Amazon Prime and just buy something and get it delivered by the end of the day, same-day delivery. So that's really conditioned a lot of people to be much lazier. And my whole thing is, like, you can complain about it or you can accept it. So my biggest pieces of advice to combat this is, number one, manually book your appointments. Don't send them to your website. Don't be lazy. Who manually books their appointments? Great, it works so much better, right? So if somebody DMs you, the worst thing that you can probably say is, oh, you can go to my website and get all the information on there. Just choose the time that you're available. That's literally the worst thing that you can do. You gotta have a conversation with them, ask really good questions, and then just give them options. Cool, well, we have this date and this date available. Do mornings and evenings work better for you? I know Elizabeth knows that. And let's lock it in. Here's a deposit link. Okay? Number two, make your booking process easy and frictionless. Don't make them jump through hurdles just to pay you, okay? I've seen so many booking sites and processes where it's like, okay, I gotta choose a time, and then I have to fill out a form, and then it redirects me to a Google form, and then I have to check, and then I have to upload a photo, and then the terms and conditions, and I gotta scroll through everything, and then I gotta upload something else, and then I gotta sign it just before I even can pay you money. Imagine how many people have dropped off. Has anyone ever booked like an international flight before? Right? I just had this situation. I'm actually going to Indonesia in the next like 2 weeks here, and the first airline that I tried to book a flight, it made me jump through so many hurdles. Like, I was like, I just want to buy the flight. They're like, okay, well, you need to upload like your passport information. You gotta upload, you gotta show me a picture, and then do you have your visa? Like, what's your known traveler number? Then what's your emergency contact? I like to think of myself as very tech savvy. I got so frustrated, I just like, you know what, I'll do this another day. In the middle of that. The next day I tried again. I saw another flight. It was by Asiana Airlines. Has anyone ever flown that? I'm kind of scared, by the way. Okay, I'm flying on Asiana Airlines, and it was just like, okay, this is how much it is? Pay. That's it. And then once I paid, was that on clap? Oh, I love it. Just chose a seat, paid, and then after, it's like, okay, now that you're officially booked, can you please upload your documents? Can you then add your passport number and your emergency contact and all of these other details? Okay? Thanks, Elizabeth. Right? So you want to make it as, and then, some people are like, well, Danny, like, I need to make sure like they're qualified and stuff. You can do that after. If they're not qualified, you can just transfer their credit to something else or refund them after. But the amount of people that you're able to close is so much higher instead of having all of this drop-offs. And I guarantee you're having so much drop-offs if your booking process has like 7 different things that you need them to do. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 3, follow up, 5 minutes, okay? We have a saying in the industry where speed to lead, baby. Speed to lead. This basically means the quicker that you're able to get to that lead, the higher the chance of them booking with you. Okay? And a lot of people are taking so long. People are like, well, Danny, like, I don't have the time. I'm so busy. Easy solution. You make the time or you hire somebody to do it for you. That's, okay? Not having the time is not an excuse. I have a barber story. I moved to Vegas a couple of years ago, and I had my eyes sight on going to a specific barber. And then I sent an inquiry on Friday, didn't hear from him, and I had a flight on Monday, and so on Sunday, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, like, they didn't get back to me. I didn't get my haircut for my flight. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna reach out to a couple of other people just in case. I went on Yelp, I submitted my information to this thing, and it just kind of distributed my number. And then I literally in 5 minutes, somebody got back to me, and I was like, hey, if you can come in the next 30 minutes, we can do a walk-in, I'll take care of you. I went to that barbershop, kicked it off, had a great time with the guy. He's been my main barber for 3 years now, and I have paid him thousands of dollars. So, the moral of the story is, the person that took, and then the other person hit me back up like that same night. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm so sorry, I've been busy, can you come in tomorrow? That person, because they took too long to get back to me, they lost out on thousands of dollars at a potential customer. And I can guarantee you that for a lot of you, that's happening. I'm too busy right now, I can't get back to my leads on time. Somebody else who's hungrier will get back to them, and if they had all of this intention to going with you, it could be a quick switch. And now you're losing out on thousands of dollars. Does that make sense? Okay. Is anyone going to change the process after today? Okay. Amazing. So, who gets ghosted a lot in their DMs? Raise their hand. This is a script we share on every presentation. It works like gold. Feel free to take a picture. It's amazing. Hi, name. I don't mean to keep reaching out and bother, but I just wanted to give you the same consideration and courtesy you gave me by touching base with you first to confirm if you're still interested in our nanobrow package. Our books are completely full for the summer, and we have a few other people on our wait list. Please let me know ASAP as we have a few people inquiring about that original date that you wanted. Thanks. That's it. Okay. And then outside of servicing clients, 90% of your time should be focusing on marketing and sales. Okay? MDO number 4, go narrow, then wide. So just by a show of hands again, if you are like a new artist making like less than 10K a month, please raise your hand. Okay, it's about like half the room. This is gonna be really important for you guys. What a terrible picture. January of 2018, this is when our company was born. I did the whole shebang. Let me get t-shirts and backdrops. Didn't even have one customer yet. Let me do all these things. And in the beginning, these were all of the different industries we were serving. Dentists, chiropractors, physical therapists, gyms, personal trainers, restaurants, wineries, adventure stores, medical spas, body contouring, yoga studios, beauty salons, and so much more. We actually ended up losing all of our clients because we tried to be everything for everyone. And it was just impossible to scale, right? And my whole philosophy is if you speak to everybody, you cater to no one. And if you're just starting out, the best thing to do is to get really good at and be known for one thing. Okay? I'm gonna explain. I know there's gonna be a lot of questions about that. Then, keyword then, as you build your clientele and you get consistent bookings with more social proof, you can then add a secondary service and eventually more after, okay? The number one mistake is offering way too many services in the beginning, which makes it hard to attract clientele. Let me explain. As a consumer, would you be more inclined to go to a specialized professional, A, or a general one-stop shop, B? A or B? A, right? What sounds better? I specialize in creating the most beautiful ombre brows, giving you the most natural and realistic powder look. Or, hey, I just opened my studio. I do brows, lips, liner, SMB, paramedical, tiny tattoos, lashes, and spray tan too. What do you want? What sounds better, one or two? Obviously, right? But that's what's happening with a lot of newer artists. So that's my biggest recommendation. This also applies to the revenue streams that you have. How often do you see an artist that starts training, they launch an online course, and then they have an ebook, and then 3 products, and then they want to be an affiliate for something else? You guys see that a lot? And it seems like they're juggling like 7 projects at the same time, and it seems to get nowhere. Versus putting all of their time and energy into one thing and maximizing its potential, right? Versus half-assed progress on 6 others. So 100% of one thing versus 20% on 6 other things. Another story just to drive this point home, we had 2 businesses that were making 7 figures individually. At the time, it was like in 2022, but it was just so difficult to scale both. And I remember I had a conversation with a German friend of mine. His name is Philip. And I was like, man, Philip, I have these 2 businesses. They're making great money, but I just can't grow both. And he just looks me straight in the eye. I'm probably going to butcher this German accent, but he was like, Danny, you can't chase 2 rabbits. And that quote just stuck with me. I'm like, you can't chase 2 rabbits. No. And I was like, man, like, you're right. And so what we did was we actually killed one of the businesses that we had, and we just focused on one. And since then, we quadrupled the business since. So I just wanted to drive that point home with that story, okay? Okay, we're gonna get into some really good and technical stuff now. MDO number 5. The magic is in the upsells. Everybody say upsells. Okay. By a show of hands, who has upsells in their business right now? Okay, amazing. Everybody else, you guys gotta have some upsells, okay? We're gonna get into some money-making stuff now. Rule number 1, don't be a one-and-done business model, okay? If you're only offering one service and you're struggling to scale your revenue, that's obviously the reason why. And most people look at their businesses as a one and done model. Like, if she got her brows done, I won't see her for another 3 years, assuming she even comes back. This makes it extremely hard to be profitable and scale your business to the next level, right? What does this mean? You need upsells. You need a reason for people to come back and pay you more. Because if they had a world-class experience with you, like, why wouldn't they want to? Like, just think about how many times you guys have gone back to your favorite restaurant or bar. So rather than making $500 a client, wouldn't you want to make $2,000 for the same client? Okay? Disclaimer, because I know that just contradicted the last one. I wholeheartedly believe that you need to really get at one thing and be known for that, but eventually you're going to hit your cap, okay? Let's just say around 10K a month. With no way to scale because you can only get X amount of clients every month, but now you're having to search for new clients every month. Is anybody kind of in that rat race right now? You're like, okay, I only offer like 1 or 2 things. Every month I have to find new clients because I can't bring my old clients back in because I don't have any other services. So by show of hands, does anyone struggle with that? Okay, it's a couple of you guys. Okay. Versus being able to offer a second or third service, you can bring back the same client who already knows, likes, and trusts you to pay you more money again, because why wouldn't they? So, just a quick step-by-step order for those who are in that boat. You want to focus on one service and get really good at it. Then you want to build your portfolio, social proof, reviews, authority in your city. And then once your business stabilizes and your revenue is consistent for a couple of months, you then want to offer a second complimentary service, right? Say you do brows, you want to start offering lips or liner or scar and stretch mark. And then 3, reach out to all of your previous clients to come back in. Okay, I'm gonna share something with you guys that has always been exclusive for our clients. So sorry, high step clients. This is our $1 million reactivation script. Hi, name. Kathy with CC Cosmetics here. Hope your brows have been looking amazing for you. Anyhow, I wanted to personally reach out because we just launched a brand new promotion for our lip blush and have a few limited spots left. I wanted to make sure all of my previous clients were in the loop before we contact our entire waitlist about it. Our favorite clients always get priority. If that interests you at all, just reply with a quick yes, and I can send over some more info. Okay? Your homework today, send this out to 50 people, like between now and the white party. Who would actually do this? Raise your hand. Okay, this is my homework. I want somebody to come up to me at the white party and be like, Danny, I just did it, and I just booked 10 appointments. Okay, go back and get the entire list of your clients, send that script out to, and I guarantee that you get a few bookings. Don't be lazy, take action. Again, if you send out that script to your clients, I guarantee you that you're gonna make some money, okay? Okay, this is really good. How to double your revenue with the credit strategy. Who wants to double how much they're making without spending anything extra? Raise your hand. Let's get some energy. Who wants to do this? Say woo woo! Okay.
If you're enjoying this presentation so far and want more resources and education just like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have new videos dropping weekly full of education, value, and resources to help you really grow the beauty business of your dreams. And with that said, back to the video.
When it comes to marketing, you always want to position your stuff as packages because it allows you to sneakily add in more value, right? Everybody knows that the best way to double your revenue is to basically get that same customer to come back again and pay you for something else. But rarely are people consistent with the ask. It's like everybody knows that we need to get 5-star reviews, but do you actually ask every single person that comes through your doors? Does anyone ask every single person? Wow, you're great. That's amazing. Most people forget, right? Rarely are people consistent with the ask. So, here it is. Say somebody comes in for the powder brow session. As part of their package or promo, you're also giving them a $100 credit towards a second service in the form of a gift card, okay, or gift certificate that they must book within 7 days of the initial service. This basically forces them to spend more money with you while at the same time providing more value because they're getting a great deal, okay? So instead of getting $500 for brows, you just made $900 for pushing out another $500 lip blush. Does anybody use a similar strategy to upsell a secondary service? Okay, so just 4 of you guys. So be consistent with the ask. And most people are gonna be, oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, I would love to come back. Yeah, I would love to spend more money with you. So and again, if you offer more than one service, the best thing that you can do is give them something that's extra value and giving them a reason to come back again versus awkwardly reaching out 3 months from now, like, hey, you want to come back in? Like, we can do a lip blush. Like, you can literally give them something physical and say, like, hey, we're doing this promo just for exclusive clients at the time of the appointment, and if you book within 7 days, we can do this offer for you. Make sense? Yeah? Woo woo. If they loved your work, why wouldn't they want to come back for something else, right? So you want to make it easy for somebody to continually buy from you. Okay. This is the typical one and done model. Now you do brows, $500. But why not do brows, lips, liner? You make a total of $1,500. It's obvious, right? Who is a sucker for upsells at restaurants? Raise your hand. That's it? I'm sure that's a lie. I'm sure when the guy comes, can I offer you some dessert? Everyone's saying yes. Last night? Okay. Here's an example of reframing your ask. Scenario 1, typical server, right? Hey there, can I get you something to drink? Has anyone ever been a server in their life? Just by show of hands. Oh, wow, okay, amazing, me too. Took a while to learn, right? Your sales skills sharpened a little bit. Average server. Hey there, can I get you something to drink? Me being the cheap Asian I am, just a water's fine. Okay, just a water's fine. A good server who wants to rack up the bill so they get bigger tips. Hey there, here's some ice waters to start off with. I even got you guys some lemons. What else are we drinking besides water today? If they ask me that, espresso martini, 3 espresso martinis. Right? Do you guys see that small tweak in the ask? Did that happen to you? Oh, man. People in Vegas, LA, Miami, like, sorry, I spat. Yeah, so just reframe your ask. And so it's not so much of like, do you want to get a secondary service? Like, hey, here's a $100 credit towards a secondary service. You talked about getting your lip blush done. Let's lock you in, whenever you're free. So just reframe your ask a little bit. And again, like I love using the restaurant industry for inspiration. And this is, yeah, again, if you guys ever want to get inspiration to how to like upsell for your business, like take it from the hospitality restaurant industry. Like it's amazing. So just something like this, like buy one entree and get a second one half off, all right? It's like, okay, well, instead of spending $20 now, I'm spending $30. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, wow, I'm getting 50% off. I'm not getting 50% off. I'm spending $10 more, right? Free appetizer with the purchase of 2 meals. Oh, my God, it's free. What do you call it? Like girl math at one point? Like all of these scenarios? So it's like instead of spending $40, I'm now spending $55, right? And this is the same thing with your business. If you want to reposition it, it's like, hey, buy one service, your lips, and you get a $250 credit to your secondary service, but you must book within 7 days of the initial appointment. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, is anyone gonna change their processes a little bit? Okay, love it. So when it comes to your own business, you'll always wanna reframe how you're asking and how they wanna buy, okay? So tweak your language and then watch the sales roll in. MDO number 6, know your damn numbers. What doesn't get tracked cannot grow, okay? Who is tracking all of the metrics in their business right now when it comes to advertising, marketing, overhead, okay? Just a couple of them. So keep your hands up. Now, if we're just talking about the marketing, how many of you are tracking your cost per lead, your conversion rates, your acquisition costs? Okay, amazing. So we're gonna do some crazy math here. I want you guys to get your pen and paper ready. And as a business owner, you just need to know your numbers, right? What doesn't get tracked cannot grow. First, I want to give some examples of some campaigns that we literally just pulled earlier this week. This client spent $4,600 to generate 430 leads, okay? Just to clarify, leads are like inquiries, interested people. 17% of them, so 73, converted into microblading appointments. This client generated $36,000 off the front end alone. Including upsells, each client is worth roughly $700, which brings the total expected revenue to be $51,000. Who would spend $4,000 to make $51,000? Raise your hand. Every hand should be going up. Another one. This client spent $12,000 to generate 1,900 leads. 14% of them, so 271, converted into powder brow appointments. So this client generated $124,000 off the front end alone, including upsells. The total expected revenue is $189,000. Who would spend $13,000 to make $189,000? Please raise your hand. So, why aren't you? Okay, pay to play. And these results are pretty typical for clients, and the only difference I just want to mention is like the willingness to spend more money on ads. Is anyone ever afraid to increase their budget on ads? They're just like, oh my God, I'm spending so much. You're not scared? Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the other side, and now I'm like believing if I spend too much, I'm wasting my money. Right now, I know every penny I invest, I'm gonna get it back.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. So, spend money to make money. The more you spend, the more opportunities you get. Okay? 3 numbers that you need to know. Write this down. Number 1, your cost per lead. CPL for short. How much it costs for you to obtain a lead? Whoever raised their hand, what's your cost per lead? Amazing. We don't have time for that. You don't have to email them. That's not a number. Number 2, conversion rate. How many leads it takes to turn into a booking? Does anybody know their conversion rate in the crowd? 1. What's your conversion rate? You lied. Okay, we're gonna go with some more examples, okay? And then customer acquisition costs. How much it costs for you to acquire a new customer? Who knows their customer acquisition costs? Raise your hand. What's your customer acquisition cost? 26? 46. Amazing. That's a great number. That's average, actually. Depending on what you offer, but we'll go through a couple of examples. Does anybody here watch Shark Tank? That's the only question that Kevin O'Leary ever asked. What's your customer acquisition cost? I can get your customer acquisition cost down. Okay, very important number to know. So, a very simple example. You spent $500, you get 50 leads, okay? That means your cost per lead is amazing. You cheated. Just kidding. For every 5 leads you generated, you're able to convert 1 into a booking. That means your conversion rate is? Love it. That means it costs you $50 to acquire a client, a customer, okay? Does everybody see how we got that number? $10 per lead, 20%, meaning 1 out of 5, so 10 times 5 is $50, okay? That's where it gets fun and profitable. So you want to figure out what your average customer lifetime value is. So how much a customer will spend throughout their entire lifetime with your business, right? Say your brows cost $500. Most clients come back for a secondary service at $400 or maybe a third service at $300. That means they have paid you $1,200 by the end of it. So, assuming all of these metrics are consistent, your cost per lead, your conversion rate, and your upsells, it stays consistent, right? You spent $50 to make $1,200. Does that make sense for everyone? Okay? That means you can also assume that by doubling your ad spend, you can potentially double your revenue, assuming all of the numbers remain the same. It's pretty cool. See someone take a picture. Good, cool. That's why it's so important to have these 3 things systematized. You gotta have your great marketing to bring your cost per lead down. You gotta have a good sales process to increase your conversion rate. And then you gotta have upsells to increase your customer lifetime value. Does that make sense? Yep? Okay. So, let's break down a very, very common goal. Say your monthly goal is $10,000. You charge $500 for brows and the touch-up. That means you need 20 clients to make $10K, right? Say your conversion rate is 20%. 1 out of 5 become clients. That means you get 20 clients. In order to get 20 clients, you need 100 leads. Say your average cost per lead is $10. That means you need to spend $1,000 in order to make $10,000. Does everyone understand those numbers? Actually, let me re-ask that. If you're confused, raise your hand. Okay, I'm gonna go this again. I see a couple hands. Say your monthly goal is 10K. You charge 500 for the service, right? That means you gotta get 20 clients to make 10K. Everyone following so far? Okay? Say your conversion rate is 20%. That means 1 out of 5 leads that you're generating become a client. That means in order to get 20 clients, you need 100 leads. And if your leads are $10 each, 10 times 100, that's 1,000. Who's gonna spend more money after this today? Woo! All right. And the best part is that's only assuming they come in for that one service. So if you have an upsell system like we talked about, you can easily double or even triple your revenue if they come back for your other services. So that 10K can easily jump to 20K, 30K with the right upsells, okay? So to recap, after you run paid ads for a few months, you're gonna know your numbers: cost per lead, conversion rate, customer acquisition cost, customer lifetime value, okay? And again, this is just knowing your numbers from a marketing and sales perspective. If you nail down these 4 numbers, it becomes a really cool machine. We always joke around our company is like, once you nail down your numbers, you essentially have a money printing machine. Like the more that you spend, the more that you make. Like spend more money, make more money, spend more money, make more money, okay? You guys liking this so far? Yes. Woo! All right, and as last presentation, we have a couple more. We're rock and rolling. MDO number 7, write this down. Give people a reason to buy from you. It's very common sense, but most people are not giving reasons for people to buy from them. Has anyone ever stayed at the Wynn and Encore before? Raise your hand. Wow, you guys got money. One of my favorite hotels ever, super luxurious, and I want you guys to guess how much in free comps they give out every single day. Scream it out. Like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Say that again? 75,000? 600? Okay. $1.4 million in free comps every single day. Every single day. That is more than $500 million a year. And so many of you are afraid of doing a small discount because you think it makes you look cheap. Giving away a small amount can make you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in the grand scheme of things. And the news flash is, the money that you're so afraid of losing off the front end was money that you're going to spend on ads and marketing anyway. Okay, I just wanted to shift that perspective a little bit. People are like, oh, like I don't want to give a discount, but I want to spend more on marketing. I'm like, you're going to spend that money anyway, okay? And quick tip, I never call things discounts. I always call it an exclusive offer. It's much sexier, right? I have an exclusive offer for you. Exclusive offer. Okay. All right. MDL number 8. Write this one down. When everyone zigs, you? What the hell does that even mean? That means do the opposite of what most other people do, okay? Normal people. Summer is a slow season for me. I'm gonna take it easy. Whoever says this to themselves. Don't lie. Don't lie. Zagging mentality. Step on the gas pedal and spend twice as much on ads when everyone else is pausing, okay? One of the best times to actually market is when nobody else is doing it. So typically in the summer when people are like, oh, it's such a slow season, I'm gonna take it easy, I'm gonna go on vacation, you wanna step on the gas pedal and actually spend twice as much, okay? Normal people, I'm gonna close my doors for the holidays. Zagging mentality. I'm gonna see which team member wants to work extra overtime for higher commissions while offering special holiday packages and extended hours to cater to last-minute clients and being able to charge them more. Does anyone do this? By the amount of photos, I assume not. Is anyone gonna start doing this? Love it. Normal people. Everyone's using this trending audio right now. That means I have to spend a few hours creating a reel tonight as well. Zagging mentality. I just have to be consistent with content that speaks to my ideal client. And the hard truth is, what I wanted to call out in this one, most artists are creating content to be relatable to other artists. Like, who do you think actually looks up the hashtag PMU artist? Right? I see people trying to get clients, hashtag PMU artists, hashtag PMU browse. Who actually looks at those? Right? And then I see a lot of people also trying to do like trending reels and whatnot, trying to be relatable and funny to other artists. So I just want to have a quick reminder, like when you are creating content, make sure it appeals to your ideal clients. Does that make sense? Okay. Normal people. I'm gonna send out occasional newsletters and updates to clients. Zagging mentality. I'm gonna implement a personalized follow-up system, including gifts, handwritten cards, personalized videos to get more upsells, positive reviews, and referrals. Does anyone ever do handwritten cards to their clients? Does anyone do that? Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on something so cool. There's a company called handwritten.com, written with a Y, W-R-Y-T-T-E-N. You can send handwritten cards at scale, and you just basically pay them, and they're gonna ship it out. Okay, they're gonna print out like something that's like really, really handwritten. You can choose the fonts and everything, but I know you kind of lose a personalized touch, but it's a very personalized touch. I know some of our clients here probably got handwritten cards from me, but that's the secret, it's from that company. Handwritten.com, okay? Costs like $4 per. Normal people, I'm gonna stop by other beauty businesses and drop off my cards and flyers at their doors and hope for the best. I saw some laughs. Did people do that? Zagging mentality. I'm gonna host a monthly local meetup with other beauty business owners where we can network and create a system to all refer clients to each other. Normal people. I'll only run promos during the holidays. Zagging mentality. I'm gonna create unique off-season promos and themed events to attract new business throughout the year. Normal people. I'll offer individual treatments. Zagging mentality. I'm gonna create VIP packages that combine multiple treatments at a premium price. Does anyone do this? VIP treatments, boom. Make some money. Normal people, I'm gonna give them a regular service when they come in. Zagging mentality. I'm gonna give them a few complimentary perks and give them a VIP experience so that they'll wanna come back and refer all of their friends. Right before the show, I asked Icon, I was like, hey man, like I need to get a haircut. Like, do you know a good spot? He was like, yeah, it's the spot. And I'm like, yeah, like, do you know a good spot? It's like, yeah, the spot. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm looking for a spot, like to get my haircut. It's like, yeah, the spot. You guys know there's a chain called The Spot that cuts hair here in Florida? Anyways, I got my haircut and I saw this and I thought it was so clever. Included in your service, hair wash, complimentary drink, grooming consultation, and massage. Did we offer these? Felt so special. Like, what if you were to have something like this that was literally in front of your mirror studio and just reminding them of all the extra perks that only you do and no other artists are doing, giving them a very personalized VIP experience. Does anyone do something similar to this? Amazing. Normal people, I'm gonna give them templated answers to all of my training inquiries to save time. I don't wanna answer the same questions over and over. Zagging mentality. I'm gonna call each person and offer to plan out their travels and accommodations to make their lives 10 times easier. Check this out. Who actually spoke to our team either via text or email or on the phone call to buy a ticket to this event? Raise your hand. Okay, so like half of you guys. We said, how do we go above and beyond, provide a completely VIP experience, and so we literally said, hey, we know planning your tickets, flights, and hotels can be a lot of stress, like what's your budget? And we literally found different options down the street and sent it to them. And we're like, okay, well, where are you flying in from? JFK, okay. And what day do you wanna come in? What day do you wanna fly out? Cool, let's look at some flights for you. Hey, we found a great American flight. This is the cheapest. It's within your budget. Here's a screenshot. What other events do you know does this? Right? And so if you can go above and beyond, it's gonna make them feel super special. Here's another one. Just literally going very personalized and making sure that you're over providing value to everybody, okay? Damn, Danny, that sounds like a lot of work. Is anyone feeling like this already? Welcome to Business 101. Okay. Alrighty. You guys ready for 2 more? Okay. Let's go. MDO number 9. Team is the answer to breaking past your ceiling. If you have a team right now, please raise your hand. Okay, awesome. If you are a solopreneur, it's just yourself, please raise your hand. Okay, it's like half and half. Anyone ever watch this movie? Who knows what movie this is? Oh, you even got the right one. Okay, I will take this to the grave, but this is the best movie that's ever been created. Best movie ever, Ocean's 11, okay? And the theme of the movie for me was that, you have to have a good team who specializes in certain things to be able to accomplish amazing things together. They were able to pull off a heist where they robbed one of the most luxurious hotels or casinos in Vegas, which was the Bellagio. Fantastic movie, right? And all of them were specializing in certain things. I want to ask you guys, what is the very first hire that you should make? Scream it out. Say it one more time. Marketing. Assistant. Sales. Sales. Okay. Okay. An executive assistant. Woo, congratulations. I want you guys today to list out all of the things that you're doing on a daily basis that's not making you money. And I guarantee you it's going to look something like this. Checking, responding emails, responding to DMs, booking clients, rescheduling, cancellations, posting on socials, editing photos, inventory, admin tasks, financial, marketing, customer follow-ups, asking for reviews, scheduling, answering phone calls. If you're still doing this, please raise your hand. All of this. All right. A lot of time, right? A lot of different things. How much time would that free up from your week if you had all of that delegated? A lot. How much more money could you make if you had it back an extra 20 hours per week? 80 extra hours per month? A lot, right? So why aren't you doing it? And I want to go, the question is, but Danny, they're not going to be doing it as good as me. Does everyone ever say that to themselves? I can hire people, but they're not going to be as good as me. Guilty, right? That's a limiting belief. Like you as a leader, you need to set them up with success with the right tools, resources, trainings, and guidance, okay? The only reason why your team is not succeeding is because of you as a leader, and that's the hard truth. Every task in your business needs a standard operating procedure. Does anybody have SOPs in their business? Raise their hand. Okay, a couple of you guys. So the next time that you're doing something, just record yourself doing it from A to Z, and that's what you use to train the team. Super easy. We use something called Loom. Does everybody know Loom? Does anyone use Loom? Okay. You can literally just record your screen. This is how you schedule somebody. This is how you book somebody. Click, 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 and you just gotta have resources, okay? Having an executive assistant is the game changer because of daily sync-ups. This is my assistant. Her name is Janet. Janet, if you're watching the virtual live stream, say hi. Every single morning, I'm not in my inbox. I'm not in my DMs. I look at this. I look for a daily sync-up message. She's saying, these are the priorities for today. Here are the admin things that require my attention, and these are my appointments for the rest of the day. That's all I look at, nothing else. Okay? How much time would this save if you had everything figured out and this is all you had to look at every single morning? A lot. Your inbox is also the biggest time killer as a CEO. I want to credit Dan Martell this. He has a great book called Buy Back Your Time, and I stole the script. So I'm not in my inbox, but she'll respond and say, hey, Paulina, hope you had a great weekend. This is Janet, Danny's assistant. I got to this email before he did and thought you'd appreciate a speedy reply. Sexy, right? What's the next hire to make after that? Scream it out. Marketing? Anybody else? Social media? Anybody else? Yes! Your junior artists or more technicians. Congratulations. I can't see it's too bright, but somebody over there got it right. You only have so many hours in a day, and it's literally impossible for you to take more than X amount of clients per day. And usually, as a solo artist, you generating all the revenue for your business, we see the cap at about 10 to 15K, assuming you're fully booked out, right? Is anyone at this cap right now, just working by themselves? Okay. Your solution is literally to hire somebody else. Everybody knows that. So if you're looking to scale past that number, you're going to need to be able to leverage other people's time. And plus, by having a junior artist, you're going to be able to increase your prices and downsell anyone who can't afford your master artist prices. So that means you got to increase your prices too. So win, 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 win. And then he's like, well, how can I prevent my team members from leaving me? Does anyone have this fear? Okay. You don't. You as a leader should always push your team to chase their own dreams and passions, even if that means leaving you one day. Thanks for the clap. Whoever clapped. One of my favorite quotes is, train people well enough so they can leave, treat them well enough so they don't want to. Okay? And then the next problem is, well, Danny, I'm always attracting bad people. I don't trust anyone. People are so lazy. Does anyone ever think like this? Raise your hand. Okay. Guess what the problem is? It's not the talent. Okay. The hard truth is you are not setting the tone for your team. People are not lazy. You're just attracting the wrong people. And the number one problem that most people make is not setting the expectations of the culture that they want, and then they get upset when that person doesn't do it. That's the only reason, okay? I want you to take a look at our job listing. Full-time, 50 hours a week. This includes weekend work and travel. If you're looking for a typical clock-in, clock-out standard 9-to-5 role, this position is not for you. Straight up. This role is not for the faint-hearted. It involves more than 40 hours per week, including weekends and travel. It's a demanding yet rewarding position. If you're looking for an easy clock-in, clock-out role, this is not the position for you, okay? So we're just straight up with what we're expecting and the people that we're looking for. And so think about all of the people that we just detracted away from applying, okay? And we're saying the culture of the type of people who want to be a part of something great, okay? Everyone like that one? MDO number 9? Woo! All right. Last one, MDO number 10. Fast decisions breed success. Oh, I don't know why I decided to add this photo. That's me. That's me. That's my family. Has anyone seen my family around here, by the way, over the past couple of days? Amazing. Thank you so much for making them feel welcome. I always tell them, hey, I'm in the PMU industry, and what the heck's that? I wanted you to be a doctor, but here I am. I just wanted to bring this up because, growing up in a very Asian household, my parents were very traditional, very strict, and one of the lessons that I've learned throughout the years, it's the things that you resent your parents for growing up, and then you look back, it's okay, thank you so much for teaching me that. One of the things my dad's really taught me is how to be proactive. Nobody wants to deal with a flip-floppy person. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who can't make up their mind, who can't make fast decisions, and so that's lives with me to this day. And I want to share one of my favorite graphics where the longer that it takes for you to think about doing something, the more options that are seemingly available, and then you eventually have analysis paralysis and end up not doing anything at all. Does that ever happen to anybody here? No. So, make quick decisions, right? We have something called the touch it once rule. How many times do you open an email, not answer it, mark it as unread, look at it again later, it's no, you know what, I'll answer later, I didn't think about it, open it on your phone, 3 days later you forget about it, and then you answer it finally after 7 times. What is the damn point? Right? How many times do you look at an invoice and procrastinate on paying it? The number's not going to change if you keep looking at it. Sometimes oh, my monthly rent just came, I'll pay it later. It's why? What's the point? It's not going to change. How often do you read a DM and then you say, okay, let me mark it as unread and respond to it later? Why would you want to waste energy reading the same thing 4 times and creating all of this mental clutter? Okay, this is my biggest pet peeve of all time. When you're texting somebody and they say, sorry, I'll get back to you later, I've been busy, when it could have taken them the same amount of time to text the actual thing. It's I just need a yes or no, what do you think? Sorry, I've been busy, I'll text you later. It takes the same amount of time. What's the point? And if that sounds like you, I can guarantee that you're also procrastinating on a lot of the important decisions in your business, okay? And what I want to highlight here is that procrastination gives you a very big false sense of accomplishment. And the longer that it takes for you to make decisions, the more in your own head will try to talk you out of doing what needs to get done, okay? And just for about 20 seconds, I want you to think about one hard decision that you need to make today for your life and business. I want you to write that down, actually. What's one hard decision that you need to make for your life or business? Does anyone want to share what that decision is? Okay, go for it. So pull yourself out of the lower ticket items, focusing on PMU. All right, claps for that. Amazing. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Let's do 2 more. Hiring help. What's stopping you? So did you get some ideas on how to recraft your job listing? Okay. We're not looking for lazy people who want to clock in and clock out. We want somebody to grow with the team long term, and we want somebody that's a hard worker but wants a very rewarding opportunity to grow and learn with us. That's all you got to do. All right. 2 more. Who wants to share? Yeah. Say it one more time. Go broke to get rich. Wow, claps for that one. That's a good one. Okay. And then one more. Who wants to share? Make it a good one. Go for it. Say it one more time. You want to open at another location? Oh, open it in Paris. Okay, amazing. Love it. Wow, we're going international now. Okay, so whatever that thought just came into your mind right now, do that, even if it's scary, you know. Whether it's like not spending money on marketing, not investing into a coaching program, like not making the right hire, like it can even things like, does anyone have like a team member that you're like, maybe one day they'll turn around, maybe one day they'll get better, but, and you're just always justifying? Going back to analysis paralysis, right? You're spending all this time thinking and justifying when you know what decisions you need to make. Does anyone have one of those situations? Raise your hand. Okay. So, those are the $1 million lessons. Stop chasing hacks, goals over trends. Marketing is your life support. The game is 20% marketing, 80% sales. Go narrow, then wide. The magic is in the upsells. Know your numbers. Give people a reason to buy from you. When everyone zigs, you zag. Team is the answer to breaking past your ceiling, and fast decision breeds success. On a closing note, because somebody needs to tell you guys like it is before we officially break out of here, I want to highlight that 99.9% of your problems don't actually matter. Does anyone agree with this? Okay. Oh, I got a 1-star review. At least you're not starving and have to worry about a tornado blowing off the hut of your house, right? Oh, I had such a bad client today. Oh, the Wi-Fi in my shop just went out. At least you woke up today, you have a business to worry about, and you're not in the middle of like a war-ravaged land on all these things. So most of your problems don't matter, and I want to highlight that you always want to zoom out. It always gets better, okay? There's so many situations. We had this situation that happened not too long ago. There was like a Facebook group that said like, hey, how's like your experience working with like HiSoak and things like that? And then we had tons of clients from like way, way, way back then, just kind of come out and was like, oh my God, like all of these things. And I want to be upfront. Like a lot of the situations that we dealt with like way back then, like we're not proud of. Very similar to your first set of brows, your first trainings, they weren't the best. But for me, I want to look at this as opportunities. And I want you guys to also reframe your mind to look at problems as opportunities. Like, how great is it that I have a business to worry about? Like, how great is it that I have all of this feedback to improve? And how great is it that I have this opportunity to make things better? Does that make sense? Right? So, gratitude wins. At the end of the day, I'm just so grateful to be able to do this amazing thing with you guys and push the industry forward. And to close out here, you can be either one of 2 types of people in life. You can be that guy or girl, the person that wakes up every morning and does everything they set their minds to. You can also be that guy or girl, the person that wakes up every morning and complains about how hard it is and procrastinates on their goals again and again. So, I mention this on my story all the time, but all you guys got to do this year is just be unapologetically savage with where you want to go. Competition does not exist. You just want to block out the noise, stay in your lane, just work harder and get 1% better every single day. Okay? Thank you. All right, so was anybody here on the first day, the first segment at 8 a.m. bright and early? Okay, you remember this quote? Very first slide. Every 6 months, you got to ask yourself, what big risks have you taken recently? And then reassess if you're actually going forward or moving backwards. Going for gold is always risky business, but what's riskier is the guaranteed mediocrity of staying in the same spot again and again. And the move that you're scared to make could be the game changer, okay? And I hope today was a reminder of what you know you already need to do. You don't need a magic secret sauce. You just need to take action and put in the work and take one big risk every now and then. And to close out this, we did our first event in 2021. We had 20 people. And this year we had over 1,100 people. So thank you so much for that. Okay? Anyone see themselves on here? Yeah, amazing. You see them? You see yourself? Okay. How about this? You see yourself say, woo woo? All right, amazing. So, thank you so much. So that wraps up the last presentation of the day.
So I hope these $1 million lessons gave you value and provided you some context and inspiration to really know where to take your business to the next level. And if you found value in this presentation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have new videos dropping weekly. And for those of you who want to dive deeper with hands-on support and resources, I want to introduce you to our beauty success system, which is everything that we have learned after working with over 1,600 beauty pros worldwide, generating over $32 million in revenue. And we're handing that over to you on a silver platter so that you can just copy and paste directly into your business. And for those of you who want to dive deeper and want to work with us one-on-one, I also want to invite you to book a free consultation call with our team. We'll put the links in the descriptions, and we have more videos just like this. Hang tight, and we'll see you on the next one.